asked me, why on earth would you ever want to do this? And so, first I wanted to explain why. My primary reason for doing this was a good friend of mine had a younger sister named Shelby K. Russell, and the summer after her 7th grade year, she was diagnosed with a cancerous tumor in her brain, and she was at St. Jude for 2 years before passing away on October 2nd, 2012. And St. Jude just really did a lot for her, and I wanted to give back to them and commemorate her life. Also, no family ever pays for their child's treatment at St. Jude, which is really amazing because that's the last thing that a family should have to worry about while they're going through all of this. And I personally am really passionate about helping kids with cancer. It's actually what I want to do when I get older. This is a video that St. Jude sent me about a week before the marathon, and I wanted to share part of it.
Where some St. Jude patients have picked a letter to write about how their treatment feels, using that letter. Here's what some of them had to say.
I want to say to the cancer that you will not beat me. I am strong, and I will not let you take over me.
I have run 3 rounds of chemo. I wish this was all over. My man protects me.
F is for future. I think about being at home with my friends. I think about fishing and being outside, knowing my family is there for me, and that the doctors are always ready to find a cure.
Y is for you. You make it possible for St. Jude to do the research, to find cures, and to save the lives of children battling cancer and other deadly diseases. And thanks to you, more and more families are able to leave St. Jude with healthy children.
So, at the packet pickup the night before the race, there was actually a replica of that wall with a blank white space beneath it where you could write notes on there. And this is a note that I wrote to Shelby on that. And there were notes from people from all over the country, and even some from other countries. So it was really neat to know that I was part of something that had so many people and so many connections. The night before the marathon, at about 6:30, I received an email from St. Jude that they had canceled the marathon because of weather. There was an ice storm that weekend, and so they were concerned about whether road conditions would be safe for people to be running on the next day. And my immediate thought was, I'm going to do this anyway, because at that point it had become about a lot more than just running a marathon. This really meant a lot to me, and so I wasn't willing to give that up. And my parents were really great. They were supportive, and they said, you know, if we can get there and it looks like the roads are safe tomorrow, we will let you do this. And we woke up the next morning, and the roads had cleared off. We were able to get there with no problem. The course was clear. And as we pulled up to the starting line, there was a group of 5 people from Memphis that were also going to run the marathon, and they let me run with them, and they completely took me under their wing because they were experienced marathon runners, so they were motivational and gave me supplies I needed, and that was really great. This is a picture of the St. Jude Hospital as we were running through it, and this is a picture of the statue of St. Jude that they have in the courtyard of the hospital. This is me and my dad at mile 9, and here's a short video of us running. This was at mile 9, so it was before I that didn't really believe I could do this.